My name is Allison Goldsmith. I am a certified personal trainer, a yoga teacher, bar instructor, Pilates instructor, older adult fitness exercise specialist, cancer exercise specialist, and certified nutrition coach.
So, can you tell me about your wellness journey?
Of course. So for me, my life revolves around fitness. I love to exercise, and I'm not an athlete. I never was one in school. You put a ball in front of me, I walk the other way. I just always loved exercising to feel good physically, to feel good mentally. And I actually didn't realize that it could be a career until I was in my mid 20s and I was like, oh, wait, I can make this my job. Like, I can make my passion my job. And now I do it full time and I work with all types of people who have been through trauma, people with cancer, people who are in their 90s. I have one person who's over 100 years old.
Oh,
Yeah, it's crazy. I have a 7-year old. I mean, the full spectrum. And it's just the best. It's the best to love your job. I'm so grateful every day for it.
yeah, with that, how important is it to combine physical and mental health and work with them together?
Michael, you said it perfectly. They go hand in hand together. You can't have one without the other. And any athlete, even any professional athlete, will tell you they have sports psychiatrists and psychologists. I mean, for us to feel our best, our bodies need to move. They need to walk. We need to breathe. We need to try different things, different exercise modalities. And that's where I come in to help people experience new ways to feel good, to feel energized, to get better sleep, to relieve stress, to handle those, anxious moments. People with depression who need that extra motivation and people who need that accountability. That's where I come in and it's all intertwined and it's beautiful.
And the people you work with, do you see their confidence level rise as with their health?
Yes, it's amazing. I think that everyone should be prescribed by their doctors to exercise. It is wild how I've seen such improvements. For instance, with people, I work for a nonprofit and I teach people virtually throughout the country who have cancer, any type of cancer. And I have now been with them for years and I have seen them pre-treatment, during, post. And every single time they come back to me, they say the doctors are amazed at my recovery time. They don't understand how it's possible. And they go and I tell them I exercise regularly, with a cancer exercise specialist, and it makes the biggest difference. I have private moments with clients where they're in a plank for the first time in years and they're crying because they never thought they'd be able to do that again. I have a moment with a woman who couldn't walk for a while and now she's walking. I mean, there's just these moments that are so beautiful, so pure, and that's what it's all about for me. And I love it.
And
If you
with
couldn't get that already.
yes, I can definitely hear the passion. But with seeing someone walk again, how does that make you feel?
Oh my goodness, so many tears, so many emotions. And I'm already an empath. I can feel so much, probably too much. It's one of my best qualities and worst qualities. I feel so much for everyone and watching my clients, my students, my loved ones, my friends succeed and do things they never thought they'd be able to do, or even doesn't have to be that drastic. It could just be someone who had never exercised before and now they're exercising twice a week. It just makes me feel proud. It makes me feel happy and like I'm doing something for this world, something good,
And you
just
talked
like
earlier.
you.
Oh, well, thank you. I try. Yes. And you talked earlier about, you know, working out, fighting trauma, and then you work with people with cancer. How does wellness and fitness help fight trauma or things that are going on with your life?
Definitely. And I think that it's not a one size fits all. Everyone needs something different. For instance, me, when I'm feeling particularly anxious about something, I need a HIIT workout, high intensity interval training, whereas someone else might need a yoga meditation and just to help calm, ground, and recenter. Everyone is different. And I think it's super important to learn what works best for you during different moments throughout the day, throughout your life, because every day we wake up feeling different. Some days we wake up feeling a little sore, other days we're super energized. So it just depends on what works best for you. And the best way to find out is to try different things, especially with an expert, someone who can guide you safely through everything so that you don't get hurt and that you can continue working towards the progress of being grounded, being stabilized, feeling clarity, feeling gratitude. And everyone's journey is different. And there's no timeline. It's just life. Life is life. So exercise should accompany how you feel.
I like that you said that it's always good to have a professional with you because I know sometimes when I work out, I just do this and that and all that, and it just doesn't make much sense. So, how important is it to have a professional as a support system?
Oh, it's so important. I mean, just like you have your eye doctor, just like you have your primary care physician, just like you have ears, nose, and throat doctor. I mean, to have someone help you learn to exercise correctly is so critical so that we continue to have our independence as we get older, increase our quality of life, and just feel better. I mean, if someone exercises, the science is there. I don't even have to tell you, the science is there. Exercising with a professional who will help you achieve your specific goals with your body, because everybody is different, will just increase your chances and increase your longevity and your quality of life and your happiness. If you want, we could do some exercises now.
Okay.
What do you have trouble with? What are you working on?
So the big thing for me is I live with bipolar disorder too. So I do a lot of treatment for my mind, but it's the big thing of I don't move as much as I should for my physical health.
Right. And that's so common. And do you know what's stopping you from moving?
Uh, my brain,
Your brain. Your brain is sending you messages that you don't want to exercise. You don't want to get up and take a walk.
right?
Right.
That
I
I'll do it
totally get that.
later or something like that. Yeah.
Yes, and I totally understand because I've been there. We've all been there where, oh yeah, I'll do it later. Oh, tomorrow. Nah, today's not a great day. The best advice I can give anyone is to take it in a small little dose. So if you wake up and you're like, wow, I don't feel like doing my full workout today, go do a 5 minute stretch. Just go and do 5 minutes of stretching. If after those 5 minutes you're like, nah, I'm really not feeling it today, fine. You did something, go on with your day. But usually, like 9 times out of 10, after those 5 minutes, your brain is in the zone and ready to go and wants to keep working out. And your body is like, oh, this actually feels really good. So it's kind of taking away that big pressure of, I need to go lift weights. I need to go run a
Yeah.
mile. No, 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 no. You don't need to do any of those things. You can go lay down and meditate and just focus on your breath for 2 minutes and let me know how you feel after. Like that's the first step. That's how you create progress. Consistency is everything. If you want, we could do some breathing now. Have you ever meditated or done any breathing
Um,
exercises?
I've meditated a little bit, but not enough. I have with breathing. I don't do a lot.
Yeah, and that's really important because if you think about it, breathing is how we live. We can't live
Yeah.
without breathing. And connecting our breath with our body during exercise is key to having a successful workout, also, so that we stay safe and we don't injure ourselves. So, Michael, if you will, I want you to set an intention. So, for instance, my intention is to bring joy to people. You're gonna in set your intention. You don't have to tell
Okay.
me. It's okay. It can be personal. And now you're going to relax your chest, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your eyes. You can keep them open. And I want you to inhale your intention through your nose and then exhale out through your mouth. Inhale your intention, exhale your intention. Two more times. In through the nose. Good. And then out through the mouth. Good. One more in. And this one go. And now tell me, do you feel even a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more at
Yeah.
ease?
I can feel it around the chest and everything. Yeah.
And that was 4 breaths. How long did that take us? So it's little things like that that I'm trying to spread the word on, that exercise doesn't have to go be pumping iron
Yeah.
at the gym. It's just doing 4 deep breaths, please. Like it will change your life.
And with that, you know, like you said, it wasn't lifting weights or anything. Like, how does that low impact workout help your mind?
Well, first of all, low impact. Anytime you take away resistance, you're decreasing the risk of injury just because you are not going to drop a weight on
Yeah.
yourself or someone else. Just throwing that out there. So I always do suggest starting with body weight. And then I suggest going into very foundational, simple movements. We always start with a warm up that's dynamic. That means that we move. We just go through a few different poses that we're going to be using during the main part of our workout. Like, let's say we're doing some squatting, some lunging. So we'll warm up the glutes, we'll warm up the calves, we'll warm up the quads. Then we'll move into our strength exercises, and then finish with static stretching, which is 30 seconds holding each move because now our muscles are warm and they want to be elongated. So we'll get more flexible, increase range of motion, and decrease risk of injury and reduce recovery time. So all of those things are amazing and they can be done also with weights, with resistance bands, with medicine balls, whatever anyone wants to do. But if you are a beginner, I do suggest just using your body because that's the safest thing to do. And also, not to go on a rant, listen to your body. If your body's like, ouch, this does not feel right, stop. Don't push through pain. No. If it feels sharp, achy, someone's punching you, dull, anything that's like, what is this? Stop what you're doing. Breathe. If you feel a burn, that's good. Burning means your muscles are working to fatigue. If you start shaking because your muscles are working so
Yeah.
hard, that's good. That's because your muscles are working. They're doing the right thing. So anytime you exercise, if you feel a burn or your muscles shaking, your heart rate's up really high and it gets maybe a little uncomfortable, stop for a moment in your head and say, I'm grateful for this moment. You know how many people would just do anything to be able to walk or to be able to jump around or just feel that? I mean, you're alive. It's a gift. So always when in my classes everyone starts complaining, they're like, oh my God, Allison, you're crushing us, you're killing us. I'm like, be grateful. Like you're here. You can do this. Like there are so many people out there that wish they could do this. So sorry, that's my tangent. Thank you.
No.
Good night.
And you talked about working with older people. Do you see their confidence level rise as well?
Oh, Michael, you already know the answer to that question, don't you?
Yeah,
It
I
is a
think so.
yes.
Yes.
It is a yes because older people they fear falling. They fear
Yeah.
losing their independence. And It's sad because in our society, in America especially, older people are cast aside. And they shouldn't be because they're a lot stronger than they look. I have all of my older adult clients and in classes doing planks, full on planks on the floor. We work on getting up, we work on getting down, everything, just in case in any situation they fall, they know how to get up safely. So, yes, confidence increases, happiness, just overall well-being increases. And I can say that any age, any illness, anything. It's just if you find the right type of exercise with the right person helping you, you'll feel good. It's amazing. It's so simple, yet it's so overlooked.
What do you do to help your own mental health?
Exercise, Michael. Come on. Yeah, so that's how I got into this. I mean, the whole thing was always for me. I loved taking a walk. I loved going to a yoga class. My whole life, I've just loved to, help release that energy, that negative energy, and do it through exercise. I also love to read. I love to draw. I love to paint, spend time with my husband, my family. We love going to museums. I mean, I also definitely have worked on meditating. Meditating is really hard, but definitely working on it. Just doing those breaths with you, like that's considered meditation. Meditation doesn't have to be sitting in a quiet room still for an hour. Like I can't do that. I'm a chatterbox. Like no way. So it's for me, it was always just finding things that felt right and felt good, and that's changed throughout the years too. So there's nothing wrong with that. And also getting help, getting professional help. There's no shame in that. Like, I have a team of professionals who helped me to this day since I was 12 years old when I was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. To this day, I still have a team of professionals. It takes a village. It takes a village. We got this.
And you brought a good point with OCD and stuff like that. It may make people nervous to try something new, especially
Yeah.
uh, living with bipolar disorder too. I get nervous and want to stay in my corner. But how can that stuff help? How can wellness and working out help your issues?
Well, you just saw just now, you took 4 breaths and tell me how it felt.
It felt good.
Exactly. And when we feel good, we're more likely to come out of our comfort zones. We're more likely to try new things, express ourselves. We're just more likely to be the best version of ourselves. So, that's the answer. That's really the answer. Yeah, it's really hard to try something new, but
Yeah.
if you have someone who's a professional helping you, guiding you that you trust, that's another thing. Trust is key. I'm sure you've experienced it. Not every therapist is right for you. You have to, create that bond, that trust. And before you know it, you're going to be doing things that you never thought you'd do. Like I never thought I would be a personal trainer. I never thought that people would trust me to teach them how to exercise. But here I am, and I love it. And here you are talking to strangers. I mean, that's
Yeah.
crazy out of your comfort zone. I'm sure at one point it was. And now look at you. You have a huge podcast, you have a huge YouTube subscriber. I mean, people want to hear what you have to say. So there you go. You're living proof, too.
Yeah, it is. I worked in broadcasting a long time, but I was always behind the scenes. But this mission is too important for me just to not do it because I'm scared. So, yes, now I'm on camera and all that, and it's still nerve wracking every time.
And you're inspiring so many people right now just by talking and doing this because there's another person out there with a mental illness who's feeling whatever you felt or whatever we felt or whatever that person's feeling and being like, wow, if that person can do it, maybe
Yeah.
I can do it too. Or maybe I can get the help that I need. And I'm not alone and I don't need to be embarrassed because it's not our fault.
Yeah.
It's not, if someone has diabetes and needs to take an insulin shot, does anyone bat an eye? Does anyone say, oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? Why do you have to do that? Like, no. But if someone hears that you have a cognitive behavioral therapist, everyone's like, ooh, what's wrong with
Right.
you? Like, right? It's the same thing. It's not my fault. I was born with OCD. It's not my fault. Like, you were born with bipolar disorder too. Like, that's not your
Yeah.
fault. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And what you're doing is really admirable. And I thank you so much just for like reaching out to people in all different fields who are helping others, get stronger, get healthier, and feel more confident in themselves.
Thank you. And
You're welcome.
what would you say to anyone going through a tough time?
It's going to get better. It's going to get better. Listen to your body, lean on your loved ones, breathe. This too shall pass. That was always what I had to say to myself. One of the biggest lines, it was, this too shall pass, just not as quickly as I would like. And that was a big line when I was 12 years old. And yeah, I take it to this day. So whenever anyone tells me something like that, I'm like, it'll pass, just not as quickly as you would like. Breathe, take a breath, lean on your loved ones, get the support you need. What would you say?
What would I say? That
Yeah.
just believe in yourself and everything is going to be okay. People love you and you need to know that some people are feeling the same way. So you can't, that's the big thing. Sometimes I think like I'm the only
Yeah.
one feeling this way. So
Yes.
people know that, yes, there's people with similar experiences that can help you and lean on them if you can.
Exactly. And there are support groups out there. Go onto Google. There are support
Yes.
groups that are completely free. I mean, now ChatGPT, oh my goodness, that's like
Yes,
your own
that's true.
therapist right there too. I mean, there's so many more tools out there now than there was when we were kids
Yeah.
growing up with these things. And it's amazing. And I'm so happy that it's like that. And I think it's just going to get more and more available and better for people who are, dealing and suffering with any type of mental health issue, which can come at any time,
Yeah.
at any age, at any moment. I mean, these people who I work with that experienced cancer later in life, they were like, I had never experienced anxiety before this. And I was like, that's totally okay and normal that you're feeling anxiety now. Why don't we do, some squats and some, low impact cardio to help you release some of that adrenaline? I mean, it's just finding things that are right for that person in that moment. And any time we can feel anxiety or depression or any of those symptoms. So it's okay. We're okay. We're here. We're good.
Where do you want to see your mission in the next couple years?
Oh my goodness. I would absolutely love to work with more older adults and more people with cancer because people with cancer who exercise regularly and have a program, they live longer, better lives. I've seen it firsthand, and I just hope to get through to more hospitals, more oncologists, more medical centers that, hey, call me. Like, I will literally train your patients. This way, you can have stronger patients going into that surgery and they'll recover faster. And then afterwards, we'll work together. I mean, my goal is to just like infiltrate the medical field and get us in there, get us personal trainers in there, get them exercising. Exercise should be a prescription. Like just like you would take a vitamin, take your exercise. That's really my goal. And just also for myself to continue feeling good, feeling healthy, doing the things that make me feel good and knowing my limits too. because I'm sure you can understand, like every human has their limits, and I need to respect that about myself, because sometimes I can drive myself a little too hard. I can work a little too hard, and then my body is like, no, no,
Yeah.
that wasn't the right thing to do, Allison. So yeah, I hope that in, the next 10 years I'm also healthy and happy in a good place like I am now, because anything can change and we have to take care of ourselves, right,
Yeah.
Michael?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Uh, I want to create this larger, more media driven, uh, more be on more platforms, and I want to also create like an education platform with videos about people with lived experiences that's succeeding and all that. So I think there's a lot of I want to help as many people as possible. So hopefully I could grow that big.
Yes, and you know what? We should put some of my exercise videos onto your YouTube so people can learn how to exercise.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Simple videos, simple breathing techniques, rolling the shoulders. I mean, all those things. I have a YouTube channel, but it's not like yours. Oh my goodness. I'd love to share some of my videos with you to help more people. Oh, it would be so great. We could team up, Michael.
Yes. No, that sounds good.
Yeah, I think we would work well together. You're a good guy.
Thank you. So how can people reach out and learn more?
My website, AllisonGFit.com, ALLISONGFIT.com, is on my website, and or you can look me up on YouTube, Allison G Fit. You can look me up on Instagram, also Allison G Fit. You can email me, AllisonGFit@gmail.com. So really just think Allison G Fit and you will find me. And I can help you with whatever you need. And if I don't know what to do, I will find someone who knows what to do. Because also, I think it's super important that we stay in our scope of practice too. And I'm not saying I'm an oncologist. I'm not saying I'm a physical therapist. I know what I can and cannot do, and I will always then try to help that person find the right source, the right person to get them to where they need to be. I think that's really important too, knowing our boundaries, knowing our scope of practice.